In the last video, we looked at how you can create opportunity solution trees inside of Delibr, and we ended with prioritizing this specific opportunity here as the most important customer problem to solve for. Now, the next logical step would be to start defining and refining the solution and the experiments that sits underneath this opportunity. And what's great about Delibr is that you can continue to sit and work from your opportunity solution tree because you have the documents that sits underneath or on the cards here. So this video will be all about the outlining documents of Delibr and how you can use them to define and refine Epic's experiments and features. Let's begin by opening up this single sign-on solution card. And the first thing that you will notice is that we don't provide you with a set templates where you have to fill out the respective headings and topics, but rather a modular template where you can choose which headings and subheadings to add and that are relevant to this specific solution. Welcome back. I have now started to detail this solution out in my Delibr document. And the reason I did that was because I wanted to highlight one of the upsides of doing this inside of a Delibr document. And that is that you can now collect all the relevant information pertaining to this specific solution. So for instance, here we have a metabase dashboard that I have embedded showing some supporting evidence in terms of data. We have a flowchart from Miro that you can embed, and we have some design files from Figma, and then of course just free-flowing text if you want to describe something. You can also have Google spreadsheets and slideshows and so forth inside of this card. So the card can really swallow a lot, but at this point, it's not a very collaborative card. And the reason for that is it's still just a card within your opportunity solution tree. So what you want to do is carve this out again into a separate Delibr document because that gives it some properties that are really powerful. Now, carve it out and voila. I now have the possibility to see, like we did before, where is this linked from? This is going to be important later on when we put this on a roadmap, for instance, and when we reference this from other documents, we can see where is this linked to. But we can also copy the link, invite people in our team or external people to come in, look at this document. They can comment on the context or contents of the document, and we can put in the document properties that we looked at before. So for instance, the status and so forth. If we go ahead and connect this to Jira, which we will do in the next video, then we will be able to see the statuses of certain Jira issues and such. Welcome back again. Now, the last thing that I wanted to show you relating to the Delibr documents is the ability to capture questions and decisions inside of the documents and also filter the documents for those questions and decisions. So as a product team, you probably make a lot of decisions and you want to capture them somewhere. And where else is better than inside of your very own solution document? So I've added some user stories here. I put them into 4 categories: must, should, could, and won't. And in the first one here, we have sign up with Google account. And in here, let's delete this question. Let's create the question and you see what I'm talking about here. So imagine that you're working on the solution sign up with the SSO and sign up with Google account. One of the decisions that we have to make here could be what protocol to use for Google. We ask that in the document, and the app recognizes that this is an open question. And there's actually 2 types of questions in Delibr. So if we click here, go to change type and hover over the question bullets, we'll see that there's 5 question bullet types and there's 2 question types, multi-option and yes or no questions. So the app recognizes that this is a multi-option question. And when we hit enter and then indent, it suggests that we add a option to this. So maybe there's XAML that could be used here, QAuth, and someone on the team says that building our own would be a viable option. Now, building our own is potentially quite costly. So I'm going to add an argument against and say that this is costly. I'm consuming and error prone, perhaps. And so we continue to add arguments here. We can ask the team to come in and add their ratings. And then eventually we will pick one or many alternatives here and make a decision. Now you can filter the document for this. So close everything down. The outliner allows you to collapse all of the sections, which is super handy when you have a big document like this. Go in here and then just select to be decided. Boom. You can see all of the questions that are to be decided, and similarly see the ones that we want to decide on. So by having the solution document laid out like this, you will be able to create a single source of truth around the solutions that you are working on, where you can invite your stakeholders and team members to come look and contribute. And it all ties very neatly back to your opportunity solution tree. And now that we have added, for instance, questions, we can see how many are still left to be decided in this solution document. How many to-dos are there that still needs to be completed? And when we eventually connect this to Jira, that will be visible as well. All right, and Jira is the next video, so stay tuned for that.